You guys are driving around and then you hear these girls say, Tupac, Tupac.
Got to the light and he happened to be hanging out the window. Once he got to reaching, I got to ducking.
Which of those four is it when you talk to him about Tupac?
It was really about both of them, either one. It was
Tupac and Suge, you mean?
Yeah.
On the flight back to LA, I didn't feel comfortable around them for what they had did.
A new update in Tupac's case ended up revealing two new names of people that were involved. It reads, new evidence has been found in the passing of Tupac by Las Vegas police. Evidence from Keefe D reveals who did it, everyone involved, and much more. In a new police filing, they noted with the Las Vegas court system that on November 18th, 1995, Tupac was photographed with Sean Diddy Combs' baby mom named Sarah Chapman. In interviews in the past, Diddy described Sarah as being the one, his dream girl. So when she got with Tupac, Diddy didn't like it at all. This resulted in the first attempt of getting Tupac, which was actually swept under the rug by police.
I believe so. I do believe so. I have proved things that I could say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about. You know what I mean? It's between me and him, and only he knows. So every time he say it didn't happen, or that's the only thing that makes this become an issue to everybody. I was acting. Who gets shot 5 times in acts? Oh, I didn't get shot 5 times in their vision. I only got shot once because they found the bug. The police found him, but now they the cops. Now they doing detective work.
With this being his first attempt, he would try again only a couple years later. In the Diddy trial, it was even announced former LAPD cop claims Diddy had Tupac dealt with for $1 million. Suge Knight retaliated by having Biggie dealt with, where it was noted that Diddy hired a man named Keefe D to get Tupac. Then after 20 years of walking free, the police finally arrested Keefe D after he did an interview with DJ Vlad. After being arrested, he did an interrogation with the police where he didn't know that he was being recorded and would confess that Diddy paid for the hit.
On all 4 of those occasions, there's San Diego, Anaheim, Irvine, and Vegas. Which ones do you actually talk to Puffy at?
Every one.
Every one of them. Which of those 4 is it when you talk to him about Tupac?
It was really about both of them, either one. It was
Tupac and Suge, you mean?
Yeah.
With Keefe D revealing Diddy was the lead man of the crime, the police would then start investigating old interviews of Diddy where he would be confronted about being responsible for the passing of Tupac.
Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
Because you listen, 7 years ago, I'd have been like, yo, did you hire somebody? But no, you do it like a journalist.
Yeah, no, I mean, we wouldn't even get into nonsense like that. You know what I'm saying? It's nonsense.
Which we never believed, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
With this going viral online, the news wrote, Diddy faces questions about his alleged role in the Tupac passing after being mentioned 77 times in a new legal filing. As Keefe D would even go on to mention, this was all Diddy's wish and that it was a lot easier than he thought it would be. And what's strange about that is the police even found an interview from a historian writer named Jeff Earlman, who even wrote the Tupac biography, claiming that Tupac wasn't as tough as he portrayed and he was just playing a role, saying, quote, he couldn't fight and he didn't even know how to use a firearm.
Because he died because all these guys sold him this lifestyle idea, but he wasn't it. He couldn't fight. He had no athleticism. He didn't know how to shoot. He wasn't that guy, but he started to believe it.
He method acted it.
100% method acted it.
Due to all of this coming out, 50 Cent would even react to it while on stage.
I hate when they leave me to talk because I always say the wrong thing. I was like, last time they left me, I said something about Puffy. You saw that? You saw that thing? Yeah! I gotta stop doing that kind of thing. I've been talking to a therapist trying to help me with the I'm saying. I said crazy no reason. Oh wait, maybe I said it about Puffy because he got Tupac killed.
But this is where everything would change. When investigating further into the new police file, it proves that Diddy didn't act alone. In case you missed it, the news wrote, the reinvestigation of Tupac's passing is revealing new names and evidence of those involved. One new name is Suge Knight. This would even be connected to the new police record reading. Detective Russell Poole suspected Suge Knight arranged Tupac's passing before he could exit the label. Then he framed the rival Crips to throw off investigators, raising the question of who is a famous famous Crip team member that Suge Knight would pin Tupac's passing on. The most famous in the entire world is Snoop Dogg. His file is very interesting when you learn he was supposed to be in the BMW with Tupac on the night that he passed, but after a last-minute change, he didn't go.
With Tupac, though, in regards to Tupac, I heard a story, did you give him different advice that night on where to go?
I didn't give him no advice.
Right.
We wasn't seeing eye to eye.
Right.
So
saying during the Tyson.
Yeah, this incident that I'm explaining to you right now was the day before that.
Okay.
So when they got to Vegas, they went their way, I went back. I mean, when we got to LA, they went to Vegas and I went home. That's why I wasn't in the car with them.
Snoop Dogg mentions that he was supposed to be in the BMW, but after a last-minute change, he didn't go. This was likely due to Snoop Dogg, Tupac, and Suge Knight all having an altercation just 48 hours prior, meaning there was already bad blood between the three.
The last time me and Tupac was on the same page, and I did an interview with Angie Martinez, and she asked me how did I feel about Puffy and Biggie. And I told her that I like their music and I want to do music with them. Bro didn't like that, Tupac didn't like that, so we had a misunderstanding. So on the flight back to LA, I didn't feel comfortable around them for what they had did, as far as I didn't let my security ride with me. So to protect myself and to prevent from happening, I slept under a blanket with the knife and the fork just in case something was to go wrong, but it didn't.
With all of this happening within 3 days, Tupac's passing to the police is very suspicious. 2 decades ago, Snoop Dogg was heavily tapped into the streets. Some even speculate Snoop could have received a tip that Tupac was going to be targeted on that night, so he avoided on getting in the car altogether. Then with the altercation they had, he may not have even felt the need to warn Tupac for what was about to happen. The feds then even found another interview where Snoop Dogg claims only 2 days before Tupac passed, he felt like he hated him.
I say a week before he died, we was best of friends. 2 days before he died, I don't think he liked me.
Why?
Because we was in New York.
Oh, yeah.
And it happened. New York, they shot at me and did all kind of shit to me, like just the worst you could think of. And I forgave him. And went and did an interview and was asked, how do I feel about Puffy and Biggie? And I was like, I like them. I want to do some music with them. And that just rubbed Cuz the wrong way, like tried to kill me, out at you, and you talking about you want to do a song with it. I wasn't thinking about his emotions. I was thinking about the way I felt at the time. I wasn't into no controversy. I liked his music. They was our friends. We was all friends at one point. This video footage of all of us hanging out.
However, deeper into the new Las Vegas files of Tupac's passing, they would describe exactly what happened to Tupac on the night that he passed from Keefe D's perspective. On September 7th, 1996, Tupac was in Las Vegas with the head of his record label named Suge Knight. They were off to the MGM Grand to watch a Mike Tyson match, and after it was over, they spotted an op in the lobby of the hotel that was actually planned there by Keefe D.
Suge Knight and their entourage went to the Mike Tyson at the MGM Grand. Keefe D and his nephew, Orlando Lane Anderson, and 2 of their friends were also there. Keefe D told LAPD Detective Greg Kading more than a decade ago, in a proffer that couldn't be used against him, the shooting was retaliation after Tupac jumped Orlando and beat him up at the casino. Surveillance cameras recorded the fight. Tupac was angry that Lane had stolen his necklace years prior in Compton. Tupac, Suge Knight, and the entourage left the casino quickly.
Security would break up the altercation between Tupac, Suge Knight, and the ops, which resulted in Tupac and Suge heading back to their hotel to change their clothing. Little did they know that Keefe D was right outside, following them for several streets. At around 11 p.m., the two would hop into the all-black BMW. Beginning their drive down to a club owned by Suge Knight, they would be stopped at a red light. But before stopping, their windows were rolled down, listening to very loud music, getting the attention of everyone walking down the Las Vegas Strip. Once approaching the red light, their car would go into a complete stop. Keefe D's car would then pull up on the right side of Tupac, where it would all go down right in the middle of the street.
Just knew about Tupac's concert at the Club 662. Members, including Orlando and Keefe D, jumped in their white Cadillac and started cruising the Strip looking for the offender. Before long, they finally spotted Tupac's caravan. At the intersection of East Flamingo Boulevard and Koval Lane, the white Cadillac pulled alongside the black BMW with Suge on the driver and Tupac on the passenger seats. The back window of the Cadillac rolled twice in the chest, once in the arm, once in the thigh.
The aftermath of the incident was a mystery for over 2 decades. This was, however, until the police started investigating concerning interviews by Keefe D on DJ Vlad's show. During an interview, it began with them detailing the moments of finding Tupac in literally doing the crime.
And Bubble Up was the driver, and Baby Lane and Freaky were in the back seat.
We was just all in the car together. Just say that.
This was the white Cadillac.
Yeah.
So you guys are driving around, and then you hear these girls say, "Tupac, Tupac."
Got to the light. We was gonna go drink, and he happened to be hanging out the window. He was hanging out the window like he was in a parade.
Tupac.
Yeah, he was.
So what happens next? You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat.
He would then even explain that it only happened because Tupac was beginning to reach for his own firearm, meaning there was a chance that Suge Knight could have just driven away really fast.
You said that as you're driving up towards the BMW, with Suge driving and Tupac in the passenger seat, and you said that Tupac pulled out a...
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually?
No, once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
So someone from your car
That's what happened.
started at Tupac and Suge.
Meaning that Tupac already knew something was about to go down right in the middle of the street. With him making these claims on an interview, with the case being cold for over 2 decades, almost nobody believed him. This was, however, until Keefe D shared a never-before-seen police interrogation on the night of the crime, confirming that he was there and the police already knew that he was involved and still let him go.
Lane starts. You say Suge looks over, he sees you. He looks right at you?
Yeah, he looked at me.
Okay. When he looks over at you, and then, Tupac's busy getting evidently, the story is Tupac's trying to either get out of the
In the
line.
back seat or something.
Yeah, what do you see happening inside of their car?
I seen him going Suge head. I thought he was.
So Orlando across Dre?
He leaned over on the window. We rolled down the window.
During the police investigation, they also found Keefe D's reaction to Tupac passing, showing his true emotions.
Yeah, I hate that happened, dog. I really do, man. Cause it took a lot of people's lives, dude. Hate that happen. Probably to God. I feel that was wrong, man. It was just purely wrong. You know what I'm saying? I wish it had never happened. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion on it. Wish it never happened, dude.
However, there's a subsection on the new evidence file of evidence proving that Tupac could still be alive. I know how it sounds, but the evidence they found really makes a convincing case towards it, which began with an interview from an officer revealing Tupac was an industry plant with the job of stopping the beef between the red and blue street teams.
Well, it turns out when I talked to Tupac's longtime mentor, political mentor, former Black Panther Chokwe Lumumba, who was his first business manager, he's told me, I basically asked, well, was Tupac only pretending to be in order to appeal to gangs and politicize them? And he said yes. And that was part of his thug life agenda that he came up with his imprisoned stepfather, Mutulu Shakur. And so Tupac was just using that in order to get the and the leaders to call peace truces, first in Los Angeles, then throughout California, and then throughout the country. And that was why he was pretending to be this type. And really, he was just an intellectual prodigy.
With the plan obviously not working, he then suddenly passed. But it would also make sense as to why Snoop didn't want to be near him in Las Vegas on that night. With Snoop being a very famous Crip member, if he got word that Tupac might have been a Fed with the job of stopping the beef between the red and blue street teams, he may have wanted to avoid Tupac in general. But they also found a very odd 2010 interview with a rapper named Tretch. He was interviewed on the topic of Tupac before his concert. Tretch and Tupac were best friends back in the day. They even worked on a few albums together and attended family birthdays. But here's where it gets very weird. After Treach's interview, the cameraman forgot to stop recording. He placed his camera onto the ground, and you can hear the interviewer asking Treach about Tupac, to which Treach responds, "Last time I saw him, he was in Cuba."
So if you ain't ready for it, get on the sidewalk.
One last question. Is Pac still alive? Nobody knows. Y'all good? Yeah, we good. We good. Thanks a lot, man. We good.
Last time I saw him, he was in church.
But then only 3 weeks later, a video was released onto a news website showing a video of Tupac supposedly chilling in a parking lot inside of Cuba.
Look, zoom in. That's Pac, man. He was the outlaw. And Reg from Holla Back is trying to be friendly and get autographs. Holla Back exclusive, baby. Holla Back.
But if that wasn't enough to convince you, Suge Knight even said himself that Tupac is alive and well. He has said so in many interviews over the course of the last 2 decades now, where he alleges that Tupac was doing fine in the hospital before his passing, saying, quote, "When I left that hospital, me and Tupac were laughing and joking. I don't see how someone can turn from doing so well to doing bad."
I mean, when I left that hospital, me and Pac was laughing and joking. So I don't see how somebody can turn from doing well to doing bad.
So you seriously think that he might still be alive?
I would say this, Pac, you never know.
But what's weird about it is, according to police records, Tupac was in a very deep sleep when arriving to the hospital. So how in the world would he and Suge be laughing if Tupac was sleeping? It doesn't seem to add up. However, in a 2008 interview, Suge Knight said the exact same thing. Tupac was alive and well. Comment down below if you think Tupac's alive. I'm gonna be reading them all. And like the video if you're a Tupac fan. Curious how many of you are.
So he was conscious on the way to the hospital?
He was conscious on the way to the hospital. He was conscious in the ambulance. He was conscious after they did the surgery.
What was the last thing that he said to you?
They left.